Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Captain Swan podcast, episode 108. I'm Michelle, to the end of the world or time on Tumblr, and these are the people with me today.
Hi, I'm Lisa, and I'm you brought me home.
Hi, I'm Serena and have you arrived?
I think we went out of order.
We did. Ro.
Hi, I'm Ro, and I've got a theory. It could be bunnies.
Okay. And I'm Shannon. I'm on your helm on Tumblr. I don't have any theories.
And Mai was supposed to be here, but she could not be here, so she is sad.
She's watching Eurovision.
Okay, so we're going to talk about episode 20, The Song in Your Heart.
Yay!
Don't everybody cheer at once. Our OTP only got married.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so let's talk about, before we talk about the wedding itself, let's talk about the rest of the episode. What did everybody think about the conceit that made everybody sing?
It was dumb.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
It was dumb. Yes, it was dumb.
there's no other word for it. Yeah, it was dumb.
I just embrace the fantasy at this point. I just roll with it. So I was okay with it.
I mean, she
Whatever.
made a wish on a star. What do we expect? Blah, blah, blah. I guess
This is
like all
Disney.
the other wishes that they made on stars and stuff didn't make musical numbers. Or...
Yeah, but can we just say that the Blue Fairy is shady as fuck?
Yeah. Well, was there any doubt?
She's like, oh, this very powerful spell is not meant for this villain. It's meant for a random unnamed villain that I can't tell you about. And then when we get to random unnamed villain that she can't tell us about, it doesn't actually do anything except unfreeze Emma's family.
And then she tells Snow and Charming, you guys are going to forget this in 10 minutes and stuff. I'm like, why are they going to forget that they're going to sing? Why are they going to forget that they met Hook?
They have to forget they met
I know
him
that they
because-
do, but it's all because of Shady. Pretty much Adam and Eddie are shady, pretty blue. they speak through
shady
Shady Blue.
Okay.
So there's kind of like a story behind this, how the musical got started. Like these two composers actually came to Adam and Eddie about the idea.
Yeah, they were fans apparently of the show, and I guess they took the idea from everybody begging them to do a musical, and I think Eddie said well, somebody go write it, and then they did write it, and then they presented to them and pitched the idea, I guess.
I did not know
Yeah.
that. So yeah.
Oh, that was in an interview or something. So that was
It just the execution was decent, but the way that I guess it's because the composers had a background in Broadway that kind of showed in how they executed the song choices and how the actors played it because I mean the way that I preferred that when they sing, talking when they're talking in between the singing, that they talk normally. Like when Snow was like, "Why am I singing? This doesn't make any sense." She wasn't speaking naturally. She was speaking like she was doing a play. Seeing her speak like, "What in the world is going on?" and then start. Basically, I wanted them to do it Buffy style, which would have been much better. But
they didn't have any mustard to get out of their clothes.
Although, can we just say that Charming's entrance in that first song is literally the best thing ever?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Josh Dallas said probably he was great in that. I think he was like the top
Yeah.
up there.
Josh Dallas was hamming it the fuck up.
It was amazing.
Totally.
Okay, so does anybody have a favorite song?
I think the charming
Other than-
song, between the charming song and the the last song, the happy beginnings. Those were the best ones.
I've
Yeah.
got two.
I love them all.
I've got Revenge and Emma's theme.
Okay, I'm gonna be unpopular and I'm gonna say Revenge and Wicked Always Wins.
Yeah, that was good.
I really loved Wicked Always Wins.
Bex
I
was
mean,
awesome.
Rebecca did a good job with it, but the song was just so out of place with what was up with else that was going on. It's like they just threw it in there just to give Rebecca an excuse to sing something. I'm like, at least tie it into the rest to whatever else is going on.
But they did.
Not
They
really.
did. She provided that thing that Regina used, that the Evil Queen used to take their songs. That was from Zelina.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but how the hell did she get her hands on it? I don't think that Zelina just gave it to her.
Zelina literally says in the song, "I'm going to send this to my sister to defeat the Charming." That's literally what she said in the song. She probably sent it via a tornado, just like she does everything else. And Regina's too
Still
self-absorbed
confusing.
to notice.
So
I-
Zelina would have been in the Enchanted Forest when Korra froze it with her bubble, and that's why she never got old.
No, she's in Oz.
Oh, you don't age in Oz?
Well, no. I mean, people didn't age in other lands. People did. Well, Neverland, people don't age anyway. But
Oh yeah, and Dorothy only would have because she grew up in Kansas.
I'm pretty sure that she left Oz when the curse was cast to go back to the Enchanted Forest while Regina was gone, and probably got stuck in Regina's curse.
well, no,
Yeah,
because she's there when they get back.
And it's obvious she's been there for a while. So this thing just turns up in Regina's castle, and she's just, oh, what a stroke of luck! I just happened to have the one thing that I needed to get rid of the Charmings.
Who cares?
That
Yeah,
always
that's Regina.
happens. That always happens. She needs something, she goes to her crypt and she's like, oh, what? I have this. I'm gonna do a potion and save everyone. She always finds something that she needs randomly between another stuff. She always does that. The problem with the songs, which I thought were very catchy, were very good. But the problem was that they weren't about the characters in that moment. Like a song like Revenge or the Evil Queen songs or the Charming songs that could have been sung like in the pilot or in the first episode where they appeared. When you were talking before about the Buffy musical songs, one thing the Buffy musical did better was that the songs were about what the characters were doing in that moment. So for example, the song Buffy sang was about Earth coming down from heaven, and so I think maybe the songwriters were fans of the show, but they didn't know obviously what was going to happen in season 6. So they wrote the songs about what they already knew. They were very general.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, they didn't customize it to like from plot A to plot B. They were like, let's take the most highlighted things that are talking about these characters, like Wicked always wins, and Hook has revenge, and Snow is always,
I mean, and I said this the very first time I heard Regina's song. The very first thing I thought of was, oh, this is very season 1 Evil Queen. Like if she had sung this in season 1, it would make sense. And that's exactly what it's supposed to be. That's what all of the flashback songs are supposed to be, and that's why they had to take place in flashbacks. And the only current timeline songs were Emma's theme and A Happy Beginning.
But just because they took place in flashbacks doesn't mean that the songs were not allowed to have emotional weight. They could have. if they hadn't executed properly, but they just weren't. And all it was, I mean, those songs literally could have been sung in a flashback in any time frame. It could have been season 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It didn't matter. Wherever the flashbacks were, I mean, because all it really was is just like a singing description of Hook, or a singing description of Evil Queen, or a singing description of Charming and Snow. The only song that literally had any emotional weight was Emma's, whatsoever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my problem with Emma's is the fact that it's basically a retread of the same lessons she's learned 18 times.
Yeah, I mean, even that one, maybe it could not have been sung in the pilot, but in the season one finale,
Or the season 3
probably,
finale.
yes.
So I'm not saying the song wasn't gorgeous and Jen didn't perform it well. Of course she did. But it basically doesn't mean anything because it's the same thing that she's supposed, they've supposedly had her learn 18 times now, but they have to have her do it in a song this time just because the episode's musical.
And as for the, go ahead.
I don't think she needed to learn anything. She just needed to express how she's felt all this time, ever since she's been with her family again, that she's not alone anymore. It's not a lesson, it's just how she feels, and she rarely gets to express that.
Yeah, but when she went to Hook's ship, she was like, I gotta do this alone, blah, 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 blah. Why do you have to do this alone again? You're getting
Well, she
married.
doesn't want anyone else to get hurt.
But that's not growth in Emma. And it's like, it's sort of defeating the purpose of what she's grown up to be. And like she knows she has all these people that she can, reach out to and lean on, but she's not using them. It's just sort of like, well, why are you getting married if you don't want to lean on your partner? Or why are you getting married?
Well, that's my point. She has these people now, and she doesn't want to lose them.
Snow and Charming went to sing to the Evil Queen together. That's all I'm saying. That, Emma, they have Emma do this all the time. When the plot calls for it, she pushes the people she loves away. You can say it's because she doesn't want them to get hurt, but that's not Emma's choice. If they want to support her and be there for her when she's, doing battle against evil baddies, that's their choice. That's not Emma's decision. And she has to stop pushing them away, because if she doesn't stop, she's never going to actually grow.
Well, Killian kind of tried to help when he wanted to take Rumple out of the equation.
I mean, didn't she already learn this lesson from, the Dark One thing from season 5A? Although you don't.
Yeah, season 5 was all about this. But that's what
you didn't have to. We know that you fucked up, and you want to fix it, but you didn't have to face it alone. You could have worked together to fix this problem. And yet we're retreading the same stuff here again.
And it just seems hypocritical of Emma to have her say to Hook 3 episodes ago, when he's having a problem, you come to me, you lean on me, yet she's having this problem and she won't lean on him to take down the Black Fairy. Just because some prophecy says she has to do it by herself. Since when does anybody give a fuck what prophecies say?
I don't know.
It just and then we had the whole Swan believer retcon crap. Which, for those of you who missed it, when they had Emma say that she wasn't brave enough to keep Henry, and I'm like, excuse me? That's not how that happened.
Exactly. And they're changing their mind about why Henry got Emma and brought her to Storybook like 50 times. Was it because he wanted a family to defeat the evil queen, to break the curse, to fight the final battle? I mean, they changed their mind about the reason 50 times.
Yeah, they change it to suit the plot. Whatever the current plot is going on, that's what it changes to. And that's lazy writing.
Yeah.
Well, okay, but considering everything that Josh and Ginny have meant to this show, I'm okay with them having one last hurrah as Snow and Charming in the past. And that
Well, yeah,
goes
that's
for
fine.
Bex
That's
and
fine.
I mean, I'm not saying the songs weren't good, and I'm not saying I didn't appreciate the performances. Everybody was great. I mean, taken objectively, when you take my complaints about the writing of the episode aside, the episode was fine. It just didn't blow me away the way everybody else seemed to think that it would, because I'm more critical when I watch my TV shows. That's just how I roll.
Well, yeah, but we also didn't get any new. We didn't really learn anything in this episode either.
Yes.
At least in the Buffy musical, that everybody learned that Buffy was in heaven. Blah blah blah. What did we learn about the Black Fairy? Nothing. We don't know what the fuck she's doing. She steals Emma's heart because of why?
Some
I don't
prophecy
know.
told her to.
That's just shit. It's it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, and we still don't even know what exactly the Black Fairy's plan is, aside from this curse.
Yeah,
separating Emma from her family and then taking over the town for herself, I guess.
I mean, that's the only option at this point, but the episode did not really make that clear. I mean, we knew what the Snow Queen's plan was by the time we got to this point in 4A.
I know, they're just lingering on oh, what's her plan, and sort of telling you, but not really clearly stating the fact what it is. It's sort of she's just bad.
And then we have Adam and Eddie going, she's a really intelligent and smart villain. I'm like, oh, honey, no.
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 The beautiful thing, the really good thing about the way that Joss Whedon did the Buffy was that they weren't singing just for the sake of singing. They were literally purging emotions, things that they had hidden from, singing about his feelings for Buffy, treats him like shit, but yet she keeps coming back to him, and then Buffy was singing about not knowing what to do and not feeling it. Took her from some place where she was happy, and then Anya and Xander singing about their issues, and Tara, they all his songs with emotional weight.
Well, that's the difference.
Well,
I know, but even though they weren't singing anymore, it gave them something. They still had things to think about.
But no,
there was
that's
still emotion there. There was still drama there.
But see, that's the difference, though. No, wait. No, the difference here is Joss Whedon specifically wrote the season leading up to those episodes to highlight those issues, so that when they sang them in the musical, you knew where that shit was coming from. These songs were all flashbacks of shit we've already seen 18,000 times. And then we got the one new current song where it's a happy beginning, but oh wait, there's another curse.
That's why I would prefer that
this season wasn't written to build towards that musical episode, not the same way the Buffy one was.
Right, because the people who wrote those songs are not established writers in the Once Upon a Time, community. They're just outside people. They're fans like us that can probably write songs too. But we don't know what the fuck is going on in episode 20 because they're not really.
I mean, if they had Hook sing a song about how he used to be all about revenge, and yet this is his wedding day and how his life has changed, that would be what Buffy did. But that's not what they chose to go with, because when the songwriters were coming up with these songs, they didn't know how season 6 was going to go. They couldn't weave in those threads into their songs. They just had to retread the ground we've already hit.
And that makes it kind of suck, because I personally would have preferred to see the songs not coming from flashbacks. Okay, this thing, Hook singing a song about, how this is the day he's getting married, and he can't believe that he's actually at this place. And take off his old rings and put on the new ones because he's come full circle and his life is changing. It would have so much more emotional weight to it. It'd been so much more gratifying.
Well, it pretty much proves that Adam and Eddie and the writers can't plan like they usually plan in the summer. We have everything laid out, blah blah blah. If you had everything laid out, blah blah blah, you would be able to take that information and give it to the people who are writing these songs.
And yet
Honestly,
they
the
didn't.
flashbacks just made me feel nostalgic for everything I loved about this show back in the first season.
Amen, brother. I mean, like I can listen to the soundtrack by itself and the songs are perfectly fine and I like all of them. But in the context of the
Regina?
episode, yes, even Regina's. That song's catchy as fuck.
That's such secondhand embarrassment for her.
No. Like the
Attempt to
performance, like the actual performance of the song in the show, I said from the beginning I'm gonna like it better in the soundtrack than I do on the show, and I was correct because that was some serious secondhand embarrassment. Poor Lana. Actual song itself is perfectly fine.
Yep. I actually
Okay.
downloaded 4 of them, only 4.
So let's talk about what we're really here for.
Woohoo!
All right, I'm gonna read the two. We got 2 questions about them, and I'm gonna read them both back to back, just so we can get them over with. First one's from Anonymous. Question for the next podcast: what did you think of the Captain Swan wedding? And then the other one from Anonymous is: hi everyone. I just want to start off by saying that I love your entertaining podcast. I would like to know what, if anything, you would change about the CS wedding. Don't get me wrong, I'm thrilled the CS got married, but it felt a little generic. And I've always pictured their wedding to be more than 5 minutes long and have certain elements of both of them individually and as a couple. Also, very disappointed that there was no mention of original recipe Liam. Amen to whoever that Anonymous is. Sorry.
I don't care about Liam. I would change her dress because it's ugly.
Oh, thank you, Serena. Thank you. I was wondering how you felt about the dress. Do you have more thoughts about the dress?
Okay, not only is the dress ugly, her makeup was also ugly. That red lipstick is not flattering on Jennifer, I'm sorry. It just does not look good on her lips. And it was not a good choice to have, even if I liked the dress. It was a very romantic, classic dress. To have such a harsh red for the makeup was not a good choice. So it was just bad decision making all around. Especially, I know Jennifer chose it because it was inspired by Grace Kelly or whatever, but Grace Kelly and Emma Swan have nothing in common other than being princesses. But even then, one was born a princess, the other became a princess by marriage. So Killian has more in common with Grace Kelly than Emma does. Basically, it was all wrong. But I want to hear if anyone liked it because I just did not like it at all.
I'm just of the opinion that Jen looks beautiful in anything.
I did not care. Really, I mean, I
didn't like the dress.
I mean, I'd rather have her hair down. That's the only issue. I don't mind the dress. I like
And I
Grace.
still
I
hate
think
that.
I think they were also trying to do an outdoor wedding, so it would have been cold. And Jen said that they were trying to they didn't know if it would be outdoor or not, so they're kind of.
That's a blue screen. They're inside.
It was originally supposed to be outdoors. They just said that in their interview.
Well, I don't read interviews right now because I'm kind of pissed off.
Why it was. You're talking about the dress, and they had an interview about the dress. I'm just telling you what she said.
Okay. Well, I still hate the headpiece. Apparently, Jennifer loves the headpiece. The headpiece is the worst part. It covers all of her hair. It's the worst.
Yes. And the hair. I guess she loves that kind of hair because it's the same that Dark Swan had, but it's not good. It's not flattering and it's not princessy. I want something with her hair flowing. Like the princess hair from season 1.
Why would anybody want to channel Dark Swan at their wedding? Like, I don't understand this.
You know what? The way that I wanted her hair to look. And actually, it wouldn't have even taken much. All she would have needed was, instead of doing that kind of French updo, to just do the bun kind of in the back, but a little bit more loose. When she was playing Cameron on House, and her character got married. She didn't wear a veil. She had like a pin in the back of her bun, right in the bottom of it, and there was like a loose like material draping down from it. It was like a little pin, and it looked like a veil, but it didn't go over her face. It just draped down her back. If she had done that, and you could see her face and there was no veil, I think she would have looked beautiful.
And the thing is
Not
that
she didn't. She looked beautiful.
no, but the thing is, she literally only had the veil on to walk down the aisle. Charming lifts it over her head the minute she gets there, so that it's not obscuring her face when they're actually doing the vows. So I'm like, what the hell is the point of her even wearing a veil in the first place?
It just didn't seem very Emma. I can imagine her as the type that want all the frills.
Nothing about this felt very Emma or Killian for that matter. It just felt like generic wedding that we literally put together in 24 hours.
I almost would have rather wanted to see her wear her mother's dress instead, but
oh god, I hate that dress too.
The Black Fairy turned it black, so funny the look on Hook's face, look at Hook and Charming's face in the captain's quarters when they were looking at that white suit. I'm like, did Emma really pick that out? Because she's got to know him well enough to know that he would not want to wear a white suit.
Okay, dude, if anybody should have been wearing red at this wedding, it should have been Killian Jones.
He's looking at it like, do you really think Emma will mind if I don't wear this suit? He's like, what? Do you think he doesn't have enough leather? Emma didn't even care. She just wanted to marry him. I'm like, I don't think Emma picked this.
I think Snow picked it, to be honest with you.
Honestly. No.
No.
I don't think she picked it because she came in and said, like, I wouldn't mind if you don't wear that. So
that's what I'm saying.
She picked it.
Snow picked it.
Well, then, yeah, probably did.
I mean, this is literally the wedding that was put together in 24 hours, which is why nothing about it reflected the two people getting married.
I thought Colin and Jen made the choices for what they wore.
No, Colin most certainly did not.
Colin chose the ring.
And I kind of disagree with the idea that the actors should be the end of the day arbiter over things like wardrobe and props. Like, we have a wardrobe and prop department for a reason. I think that... Go ahead.
Yeah. I don't get why Eduardo had to create the dress. Like, just go buy a dress from I don't know, Marchesa, Elisa, one of those pretty dresses. Like, there are a million, and he had to recreate one. It made no sense. It was a waste of time and money.
Well, and as Lisa has pointed out several times, Eduardo literally said they only had one fitting for Jennifer. They fit her one time for this dress, and you can tell because it doesn't fit her right. Just like the dress she wore on their first date doesn't fit her right.
If you look at
both dresses objectively are on someone else are beautiful, but they don't fit Jen properly, so they look worse than they are.
Someone already posted a side-by-side picture of Grace Kelly in the original 1956 dress and then Emma wearing mock-up. You can tell that the way that the neckline is cut, it's off. The way that Grace Kelly had it, she had it specifically tailored to her body. The neck was the neck part was on her neck. It wasn't choking her, but it was on her flesh. Whereas with Jen, you could see that it was too big. There was space between her neck and the fabric. Also too big, unless she was going for the flowy sleeve look. Whereas
I think
Grace Kelly was like tailored to her arms.
Well, Grace Kelly didn't have to do a musical episode either and dance and shit. Just saying.
Your dance wasn't strenuous.
But you're still moving and moving different directions. You don't want to be like, oops, I turned and I ripped my dress.
So take the top part off. Take the lace part off.
I'm just telling you why probably it was a little bit too big. Is because you want to be comfortable if you're wearing it.
No, it was too big because they only had one fitting for her. I mean, there's a reason why you have your wedding dress fitted like 6 times.
Okay, but I mean, if you're comparing it between a actual princess and a TV actor princess, come on, guys. you're going way too far here. It's
I'm
like,
just saying that
they didn't take
if
months and months and months to
if
17 different tailors to do
I'm
this
just
dress.
saying that if they're going to go to all this trouble to recreate this iconic dress, then have it fit your actors properly.
Shannon,
And it did not.
Shannon, that is not an excuse. That doesn't fly with me because I have known that when Eduardo is a consummate professional, when he does this shit, especially with Regina's dresses and
Regina's dresses are trashy too.
No, but they fit Lana to a
They
T.
fit her. They fit her
Like,
body
they're-
like a fucking glove.
Yeah, they're
Yes,
practically
sir.
poured on her body.
And Ginny's dresses are fit perfectly.
No, they're not.
Not
Rebecca's
lately.
dresses-
Ginny's dresses haven't fit since
I
season
know, but
3.
before she had her kids, they fit perfectly. Rebecca's are perfect. So with Emma, I don't know if it's just they didn't have enough time, or they didn't know, or they didn't have maybe they didn't make a decision about what the dress was going to look like until the last minute. I'm not sure how it went, but I can tell you that the bottom half of that dress, I know why the hemline was shortened up. They needed to do that so she could move around and like dance in, which I get. But it literally looked like they took a bed sheet off of like a bed and wrapped it around her lower body with like a little cummerbund. It wasn't ruched properly. There was most wedding dresses, even if you don't like rhinestones and stuff, have some embellishment on them, even if it's slight. Most have some. Hers literally looked like a bed sheet, just wrapped around her body. It's like what? But you know something? At that point, I didn't care what she had on. I was just happy to see them married, done.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Get to the point.
so let's
talk
Wait.
about-
Well, hey, Serena wasn't here to give her opinion on the dress, so
Neither
of course
was
we have to
I.
talk about the dress.
Well, can I just say, in regards to the original question, what would I have changed about the wedding? I would have liked Belle to have been there.
Oh, well, yes, but the plot dictator she needs to be asleep before her mother-in-law kills her. I'm kidding. I don't know if that's what happens. I'm just saying something bad happens to Belle. But what would I have changed? I know Serena doesn't like Liam, but at some point, could he have mentioned his brother? Maybe it could have been the scene with Charming. That would have been enough for me. I would have been happy. As far as the actual ceremony itself, I would have changed the location. I would have had that shit on the Jolly Roger. Fuck all the rest of the people.
Damn straight.
At least Liam 2.0, isn't he alive? Isn't he somewhere in Storybrooke?
No,
Or
he's gone now.
Oh, well, whatever.
He left on the Nautilus, and they're who knows where.
Well, he'll get a card.
So no mention of Killian's family at all,
Yep, none.
which is disappointing.
Well, he has a new family now.
But that doesn't mean we should just forget about his old family, just like we shouldn't forget about the Jolly Roger, all the things that make Killian Jones. And it drives me crazy that they seem to be subsuming everything that makes him to fit this relationship. But that's another topic for another day. The other thing, let's see. What would I change? Oh, I would not have Archie officiate. That's the other thing.
Really?
I would change. No, I hate that guy.
I don't know. I think it makes kind of sense considering how all season, first Emma came to him about her fears about not getting a happy ending, and then Killian came to him about the ring and how he felt about giving it to Emma. So I don't know. I think it makes sense for him to be there.
Oh, bro, I totally get it. And plus, he officiated the Rumbell wedding. He's apparently the officiant guy in Storybrooke. Like, I understand why he was there. I just don't like the character. So I would have had somebody.
I'm just glad that Regina was not involved at all in the
Oh,
wedding.
yes.
She was in a
Praise.
bridesmaid. She didn't hug Emma. She didn't do anything, and it was just the best moment.
No. You know who Emma did hug?
Rosalina.
Zelina.
Captain Swan shipper.
That was the best thing ever.
I know. It was awesome. It was like, in your face, every haters. She's not going to like talk to her. It's her most best day of her life. She's not going to touch this lady.
No. And even earlier when she was singing, she completely bypassed Regina to
I
get the
know.
hug.
It's awesome. She was singing to
That was
Bex and stuff. It was just funny.
But-
She's like, yeah.
Okay, can we rejoice in the fact that the vows were not sung?
Yeah.
Yep.
And they were
Yeah.
perfect. For those two, they were perfect.
Yes, I admit I like the vows very much.
They were straight to the point, pretty much, of their relationship. So that was good.
Although I still don't understand why Henry had the damn book.
I don't. It was his date for the day.
Like,
apparently.
what the hell? Like, if he was like reading from the book as part of his best man duties or something, like that would make sense.
Attached to that book.
I'm like, huh?
It's a little weird.
It's a little creepy.
Yeah, I don't know, but I was hoping that he would stand up there with Killian, opposed to going to sit down like a best man.
Yeah,
stands up there.
I don't know what that was about either.
It's like, here's your rings. See ya. I'm gonna sit over
Peace.
there.
I'm gonna go sit with my mom and my grandparents.
In my book. So
I mean, even if he was like bent over it and scribbling in it as the story literally unfolded in front of his eyes, would have made more sense. He's just sitting there. Like,
sitting
okay.
there with his fan fiction novel, apparently. It's just, okay. You really need some friends, kid.
I still maintain that this is the best wedding on the entire show.
Well, yes.
Well, yeah, I was mainly focused on that. And
I mean,
Yeah.
I was literally shaking the whole time because I'm like, oh my god, this is actually happening.
I could barely watch it because I was like, it's too pure to watch. It's too perfect.
As soon as her song was done and then the scene shifted to the wedding, I was like, because it was actually.
Although
Yeah,
I have
right.
to,
I was just smiling the whole time. I
Although
should
I
have done a
had-
live reaction.
I like how when they were singing at the reception thing, that Charlie comes on the floor, like on the dance floor, and like makes a beeline right to Killian and Emma. Like, what is
that
he?
was
He's
so
just about.
weird.
He was just about to like dance with Killian or something. I don't know. And then
I don't
Snow came
know.
in too, and I just thought it was funny. I just thought they looked like sixth graders at a school dance. Like they're like in their group, and this is their clique group, and they're about to dance together. It's just so
Okay.
funny.
And Mai would like to point out for people who didn't notice that the earrings Emma wears for her wedding are the same earrings she wore in her first date with Hook and the Apprentice. So, fun fact. And she also loved the episode and loved Emma's song. And that the happy beginning was a quote from JMO. And we'll get
Oh,
the rest
yeah.
of her thoughts later.
What was your favorite line of the show? Because the favorite line actually in the song is mine was where Hook says, "You are everything to me." Because what do you say? It says,
With you, I have everything.
With you,
Yeah,
love, I have everything.
that was my favorite line of that whole show.
Although I like the putting the scars behind us bit too.
Mm.
I really like I love the whole dance. Like, speaking of the dance, I think I'm the only person other than the one person who replied to me on Tumblr who was reminded of Grease 2. With
Yeah.
the whole
Yeah, that.
dancing thing.
I
didn't
did
see
not
Grease
watch
too,
it.
It starts with the two leads like singing to each other, and then the
Yes.
other couples break off.
Thank you, Ro.
I love
You know
that
what,
movie.
though?
And they danced down the middle of the thing, and all that was great. I love the dance.
We'll be together.
You know, maybe I'm the odd man out, but I would have preferred to not have all that dancing in the background.
Well, I think they
I
did
wasn't
that
even
too.
focused on the people dancing in the background.
I know.
I'm like, give me Emma
I
and Hook
liked
dancing.
it. I liked it.
It was
Preferred it
fine.
not be I would have preferred that it was not a mass song. I would have preferred that the song was just between them. It would have made it more emotional, more
I
romantic. It was just between them. But I don't write this show, so.
one part of the song I really liked and I didn't expect it was the Regina and Zelina part where they sang and danced together. That was the first time I kind of bought them as sisters. I never have before. And then right then when they danced, maybe because it was more Lana and Rebecca than Zelina and Regina, but they were nice. They were nice together.
I actually agree with that. I thought that was good too.
Mhm.
Yeah, and it's not like Robin can come back to dance with her, so
She
Mm.
has
Who
to
else
dance
has she
with
got?
somebody.
She can dance with her son.
Well, apparently he was not dancing anywhere. He was in the corner with his.
He
He
had
was in the
that
corner with his book.
Well, he had that one line that he sang.
That was it, and then we didn't see him really after that until
No.
like the very, very last shot. So
There's
like,
this random song where Henry sings and then he goes away.
he's scribbling away, writing all these lyrics down in the book.
it's just those words, a happy beginning, the way how they completely made the shift from everything the show has been saying about happy endings and all that. And here are these two people who have fought so hard for that, and they decide, no, this is a happy beginning for us. And they sing it. I mean,
I like how their vows they said all eternity in there. It's
Yes.
eternity.
yeah, because
Yes.
So you can't bash Archie on eternity.
Well, you can't.
No.
Well, no, I can't. But
He was
can't
like,
really
they are
say-
in eternity together.
No, but he can't really say till death do us part because they already did that, and death did not
Been
part
there.
them.
done that.
Been there. Zeus defeated that shit.
Yeah.
I like that Colin was doing all the lifts for Jen too. Like he was just, and he was doing all that with a broken foot too. You had to lift a woman up on your broken foot.
I have to give him props for that one.
Man has mad skills.
Mad props.
Poor guy.
I mean, yes, poor his foot.
I know.
Yay for me.
yay.
'Cause
Yeah.
It was
Yay for
gorgeous.
pulling it off.
It was gorgeous.
So
And there were multiple lifts and multiple dips and multiple kisses. And I'm just like, this is so
I know
beautiful.
it's so beautiful. Everything was great.
So despite the
Especially-
fact that I still don't like the dress, I really did enjoy the wedding.
Yeah.
Especially when you consider that how self-conscious Colin is about singing in public around people. The fact that he pulls it off with such grace and such style that he's much more of a natural
Well,
to it.
I think in this case it helped that he's channeling Killian at that moment. He's not
Yeah.
himself singing; he's Killian.
But I just don't think Colin gives himself enough credit. He's always let other people sing lead instead, and I don't think he gives himself enough credit as his talent.
Well, I think
Like he's really got the chops.
Oh yeah, he was great.
I've just decided who Regina should dance with. Smee.
Oh, there's one
It was me. You can't tell
Yeah.
me they got Chris back for the flashback, but they couldn't have Smee at the wedding.
Well,
What?
there's one thing that I noticed. I don't know if you guys noticed, but Colin had tweeted and said that the scene that we see when they're doing revenge in the flashback, where he goes up the chair and down, that is the take where he broke his foot, like that exact one. So
Oh my god.
if you notice at the end of the song where he gets up on the table and he goes and he like pumps his fist in the air, he gets this grimace on his face. And I'm like, you know what? I don't think that was meant to be in the song. I think this poor baby
He's
was in
using
pain.
his pain.
I think he was in some serious pain up on top of that table.
Mm-hmm.
Poor
He
guy.
channeled
It's
that
method
pain.
acting.
He used the channel that pain. But I wish that Captain Charming had a duet.
Agony.
Instead of Regina and, Hook and them, and Regina and Snowing having their rap battle or whatever, I'd rather have Charming and Hook sing to each other. But I was,
they
but
were
also,
basically there to recapture her when they should have just kept her in jail, like from the beginning. Yeah.
Oh, so timeline question: this is after Rumple has made it clear that Regina can't hurt the Charmings in the Enchanted Forest, and that's why she has to cast a curse. So why is she trying to throw fireballs at them?
because she's just so frustrated probably with their song that she's just using
And
that probably. I don't know.
That's probably why she sent them back.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because she can't hurt them. Well,
Why do they need a pirate ship to get to the Evil Queen's
I
castle?
don't know.
Yes, I said that during an episode. I'm like, wait a minute. They've never needed a ship to get to Regina's castle before. They don't even need a ship to get there.
Come on, guys. You know why?
In season 3, when they show up at the beginning of 3B and they're there and they're traveling there overland for fuck's sake, and now they're like, oh, we need a pirate ship to get to the Evil Queen's castle. I mean, I know it was because they needed Killian's song and Emma's heart for the thing, but it was just.
I was just hoping that that back to when we were talking about before, how they should have been, reflected the current timeline on the songs with the current timeline. I wish they had showing Snow and Charming hate this man that eventually becomes their son-in-law. I mean, that's what I wanted really originally.
If there had been some subtle reference other than Snow touching her belly to maybe this thing will lead you to your daughter's true love or some shit. If there had been some reference to that, then I would have bought it better. But no, it was just we suddenly need to get to Regina's castle via a ship, despite the fact that we can get there overland. And Snow's literally the best tracker ever. And I'm like,
yeah, I was like, you really wasted some opportunity there for them to, because it would have been awesome if they were if Charming went into the bar and just met this guy and is like, this guy's supposed to help our daughter in the future, blah, 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 blah. And they just he just keeps saying, I hate him. And then you go to the present day. And then they are like, I like this guy. He's great for her. And it would actually work with what's going on right now.
Oh, and can we talk about how Stowing was just willing to hand over Rumple to a revenge pirate guy, despite the fact that they're so charming, and they wouldn't even kill Regina. I mean, what did they think Killian was going to do to him?
I don't know.
Play tiddlywinks? That was his revenge? I mean, seriously.
But the price of their trade was so not that great either. It's like, can you get me a taxi ride to Regina's place and I'll give you this ultimate dark one guy? It's like, really? That's your price?
Yeah, it was weird.
So.
Okay, so does anybody else have any more thoughts on the wedding?
It was beautiful.
It was beautiful. Amazing.
No, that also sucked.
There was some continuity stuff that could have been brushed up, but I mean, apart from that, at the end of the day, I'm just glad that they're married and they're happy. That's it.
Yeah, and wherever we end up, we're gonna win.
Yeah.
We'll talk about the finale later. Okay, so this is a question about Henry, referring to something that I said in last week's podcast. And it says, Michelle, don't you know Henry isn't allowed to have more scenes with Hook because Henry has to have scenes with Regina or certain fans will have a shit fit? Also, isn't anyone else mad that Henry had scenes with Charming and scenes with Hook talking about growing up that were cut? And that's in reference to something Jared said at a con, that there were several scenes with him and Charming and him and Hook that were cut.
Hopefully there'll be deleted scenes that we can see.
Lisa, you say yes?
That's a shame.
Oh, that's irritating because his relationship with Emma isn't the only important thing here. He's also gaining a stepson. So it's important to see that they're bonding too,
I mean, they've literally focused 1 million hours on the Regina and Henry relationship. I mean, we get it. They're great. They love each other. He thinks of her as his mom and their son and whatever like that. And there's no adoption issue in there. Great. I don't care anymore. So why doesn't he have more scenes with people that he hasn't?
I don't know. It's weird.
Just
So basically, we're annoyed that Henry didn't have scenes with the father figure types in his life, because that would have been nice.
I was hoping Henry would be on the ship with Charming looking at the suit too. Where is he? If you're the best man, you should be sort of with the the groom.
Okay, so this is
Hi.
from Hooked on Killing for Life 28. And she says, question for the next podcast, do you guys know if there's going to be some kind of OUAT special before the 2-hour finale on Sunday? And yes, I believe there is.
There's
Yes,
the
there is.
final battle. It'll be on at 7:00.
So tune in an hour before to watch
No.
interviews.
No, wait. Yeah, or is it at 8 and then
It's on at 7 or whatever.
it's on at
Yeah,
7? Okay, got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
supposed to be
it's 3
like
hours of Once Upon a Time, really.
It's supposed to be a massive like retrospective of all 6 years and all the actors and everything.
I wonder why.
Well, should we get
Yeah.
into that? Okay.
Might as well.
So first
you
of
don't-
all, well, let me set this up. First of all, the show was renewed for season 7,
Full 22 episode order.
and we found out on Monday that Jennifer will not be back as Emma Swan.
She'll be in one episode.
Yeah, she'll probably be in one episode, and that'll be the season premiere. And then we found out later in the week that Bex wasn't going to be back, and Emily's not going to be back. And then we found out Ginny and Josh are not going to be back, and Jared is not going to be back. The only 3 people who are on the current cast who will be back are Colin Donahue, Lana Parrilla, and Robert Carlyle.
I mean,
Sure.
I'm not interested in that. Like, I will not watch that. I will watch on YouTube, maybe.
Me too.
If I know there are some good scenes. Maybe the premiere when Emma is there. But other than that, it's not like the plot has been interesting lately. So I doubt next season's plot will be. I didn't find any of Alan Heddy's other shows interesting. Like, I didn't even like Wonderland. So I know I only watched Once Upon a Time for Emma and Emma. If that's not there anymore, I'm not watching either.
Okay, well, I've got some reaction from some of our listeners, so I will read some of them, and then we can talk more. So since from Anonymous, guys, I feel so numb that we are losing Emma like it was a punch in the stomach after such a great episode. I'm assuming mad at Em and Eddie for dragging shit out and obsessing over Regina too much, but I'm happy for Jen and wish her all the luck. And then there's another very irate Anon says fuck ABC and fuck A&E, and then there's a bad thing about Colin that we're not going to talk about.
What?
And then
What?
well, remember how there was backlash at Colin after
Oh,
he said he was coming back, and
no,
people turned on him?
you.
Yeah, no,
Those people are not part of our fandom.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
you
not
don't-
cool.
yeah,
Respect the man.
Crazy.
don't
crazy
have
crazy Colin for people who were saying he was being disloyal to Jen by not leaving after she decided to leave.
Oh, brother.
It's like,
It's
no, guys.
possible he had another year on his contract.
He does, and that's probably the only reason that he decided to stay.
Doesn't matter the
Finish out
reason.
life.
It doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
You
it's
really
at
should
the,
not hate
the end of the
someone because
day-
they're getting a job. He has a job or something.
yeah. I mean, don't hate on the guy for going to work. He has a job. He has a family to feed. He's doing a job that he loves. Leave him alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we've got 2 more. From Anonymous, do you guys think Jen and Colin have falling out and that they aren't friends anymore?
Oh,
No.
come
No,
on.
no.
And from Stacy, this is not going to happen, Stacy, but we can hope. I hope ABC pulls the plug due to backlash because the whole situation is a train wreck, and I feel terrible because Colin's going to get fucked over. And Emily, Bex, and Jared got fired. This whole thing is disgusting. Well, the only thing I can think, I mean, here's the thing. I'm glad Colin's got a job. I'm glad Colin's excited he's got a job. My only fear is that this upcoming season 7 is going to crash and burn so hard that ABC is going to wind up canceling the show anyway. And it's a year he could have been
Doing other things.
doing other things that are more worthwhile than hitching his,
Have they ever
sinking ship.
taken away the 22 episodes and only did 12?
no.
Or 13?
Sometimes they do 23.
Well, I wonder if they are like, well, this show's so bad and being so
No,
poor that they ever
because-
took back
No,
the
to
number.
you, I mean, sometimes they do, but that's usually just for first season shows. For shows that have gone on for multiple seasons, they don't do that. Like Sleepy Hollow, for example, was in this exact same situation where the lead actress left. In that case, her character was killed off, and they tried to reboot the show, and they ordered 18 episodes, and 18 episodes aired. They just
I'm
were
surprised they
in the
ordered
ratings,
22 episodes.
and then they once the season was over, Sleepy Hollow season was over for like a month and a half before they decided to cancel the show. So we could get to this time next year, and the show will still be in limbo for a season 8.
And anyway, the point was that I thought I read in the announcement that one of the reasons it was renewed was because Netflix gave a lot of money to
Yeah, it was.
ABC to get it to renew it. So Netflix probably paid for the whole season for 22 episodes
Yep.
because they've always said that it was Once Upon a Time was one of the best performing shows on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
So
okay.
it makes sense that it wanted more.
Okay, so that was
So-
the part of the deal. So how the hell can they get season 8 if there's no more deals like that left? They already got
Yeah.
it cheaper, so I don't see it going 8 because
Well,
I
that's.
think
That's
Game of
the
Thrones
thing.
is going to
Okay,
8.
We're not talking about Game of Thrones.
So I'm just saying sample.
But what I'm saying
not.
is, I mean, at some point, not even Netflix. I mean, okay, their Beauty and the Beast on the CW stayed on for 4 years because it got a whole bunch of revenue from overseas. But eventually, even that revenue could not justify the shitty ratings on the CW. So they eventually canceled it and allowed the writers to wrap everything up in a final season 4. I don't even think that the Raiders are going to get that chance here. They're going to write the season assuming that they're going to get a season 8, and we're going to be in the same position next year, and it's going to end badly because they're not going to have a heads up that it's the end.
I hope that the ratings are so bad that
Because the streaming money is fine, but the streaming money can't offset the money they're probably going to lose when it airs live, because the fans have made it perfectly clear most fans are not interested in a show without Emma or the Charmings.
Or Captain Swan. I know this is like an popular question. You know, everything would be different if they moved once from Vancouver to Los Angeles, like Pasadena.
No, if they had done that, Jen would stay.
That's what I'm saying.
But they didn't. Jen left.
That's why everything went to hell.
But are you saying that Jared and Rebecca and Emily didn't decide to leave? They just got canned.
Well, it was pretty much because of a creative writing.
Bex and Emily made it perfectly clear they wanted to come back. And they both said in their posts that it was a creative writing decision as to why they're not coming back. In other words, they were fired.
Well, Jared's contract was up anyway. So he would have had to make a choice, and he probably chose not to.
Well, you don't know that. No, because they could have had him come back, but if this new guy is adult Henry, they don't need Jared.
Mm.
That's true, and I'm sure that Jared probably he's about to finish high school soon, he probably wants to go to college.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, yeah, I'm saying that there's multiple reasons why Jared isn't back, but for the two ladies, for Bex and Emily, they made it perfectly clear they wanted to come back, and they were not asked back. And part of it was budget cuts because they couldn't keep affording this huge ass cast anymore. The streaming money is only going to get them so far. Eventually, if the live ratings don't stabilize, if they keep dropping, not even the Netflix money is going to be able to justify this show staying on the air.
Exactly.
I mean, literally the only reason that the show is staying the way it is because of the deal that they made to cut costs, and for the fact that when you look at all the other shows that are on ABC right now, even though Once doesn't perform the way that it used to, it's still the best performing show that they have.
We'll see after
the
this.
best performing show that's not produced by Shonda Rhimes.
Yeah, because
it's not a comedy. Because comedies do better.
Yep.
So it's like maybe in the top
Okay.
10.
The best drama not produced by Shonda Rhimes.
Okay.
Pretty much, because everything else they have on that
I
network,
agree to that.
because everything else that's on that network is a Shonda show.
But let's also keep in mind that Agents of Shield also got renewed.
Damn it.
Because they brought back Ward.
Mm.
I
And they
will
brought
put
Well,
you-
no, and let's
from-
let's not forget the one thing that Agents of Shield and Once Upon a Time have in common. They're both owned by ABC because they're owned by Disney.
Mhm.
Like they're both produced
What?
by ABC Studios, so it's not
What?
like they're produced by an outside shop that they need to pay.
But Agents of Shield's Marvel.
Disney owns Marvel
What?
Mhm.
When did that happen?
years ago.
Wow. I thought it was
So
like,
so the corporate synergy thing is real.
wow.
That's literally the only reason Timeless got renewed, got saved from like the death knell, was because Sony, who owns the show, had to literally pay NBC to buy Timeless in order to promise to give it a season 2. Because NBC said that they would take it, but they wanted to own it in its entirety. So they had to sell it. So
Yeah.
because the network's taking over, who know? I mean, I don't know if they're going to change anything. I hope that don't. But anywho,
Okay, so I think it's pretty safe to say that most of us here are not exactly over the moon about the renewal.
not really.
Yes.
No.
No. Dude,
Yeah,
I
it's
was gonna make a wish list. I was gonna do my happy dance right now. If since this shit happened and half of the cast is leaving, I'm like, bye.
Well, I don't want to lose hope completely because this has happened before with X-Files and Vampire Diaries and CSI. They always get the right people back for when it's about to end. So I like to think that Jen cares enough to come back when she'll really need to. And hopefully Captain Swan can end in a good place.
Thank you. That's what I was gonna say.
Okay,
Thank you.
well,
I mean, sure, but it depends on what she's doing. Like, she could go back to the series finale of House because Adam Haddy let her go. But if
Yep.
she's doing something with producers that, like Adam Haddy, don't want to
Well,
give her the time off, she can't do anything about it. Or if she's filming or directing a movie, she can take time off because in the movies time is
Well, I think-
money.
well, I think they can work with her schedule more, like film things in advance, maybe. And I think
No,
they did
they
it with
can't.
Michael Raymond James. Like they filmed in advance his scenes.
yeah, because it had been written. The thing is, they're not going to know that the season 7 finale is the series finale. Like they're not going unless I have a feeling they're not going to know that. So there's no
Mhm.
way. For
Well, what if
them
they do know
to make
that?
If they do, then
That's-
it's possible. But
Mhm.
so on that note, what do we think this reboot fuckery is going to look like?
I don't care to speculate until we see the end of season 6.
Mhm.
Well, I think we're supposed to know kind of where it's supposed to go tomorrow. That's what Matt from TV Line said. He already saw it. He already saw the finale. And all of our questions should be answered on where they're going. So
I feel like the only good possibility is it's all in the wish realm. But and it partly makes sense with the possibility of the new guy being adult Henry from that realm. But on the other hand, we know that originally Emma was supposed to be there, and it doesn't make sense that she would be in that realm since she's back in Storybook. So I'm not sure if it all fits. I hope it's that, but
Well,
I I definitely don't want it to be a continuation of the current storyline. I want it to be all over and they don't touch the happy endings of everyone.
Well,
Amen.
Agree.
I think it's just like if you think about the three people that are still there and why they gave away Emily and then why they gave away Bex and stuff like that. So these three people all used to be villains and have a lot of history with a lot of different characters. So I think that's the reason why they picked these three people. Rumple has interacted with practically every single fucking guest star that has come in, and Hook has met tons of people too because he's a 300-year-old pirate, and Regina has screwed over a lot of people too. So I think whatever they bring in new people, they will have. Maybe it might be not what we think, where it might not be a different realm, where it could be more of a past sort of thing and a sort of like
Villains prequel.
Well, yeah, maybe, but more of like it doesn't have to be in a wish realm. It could be it could be more of like a Once Upon a Time in Wonderland thing where they did interact with this. There's a different realm somewhere, and there's these people that are there. But at one time or another, they probably interacted with these three characters, so they can, do flashbacks with these characters a lot more than they could with the other ones.
Well, what I'm saying, okay, there's some circumstantial evidence that suggests that Storybrooke will no longer be a location because they've torn down all the random Storybrooke stuff that stays up all year round. And so if Storybrooke's not a location, if we're not in Storybrooke, then
where?
There's well, that's what I'm saying. There's no reason to touch the happy endings because it seems clear that we're not in that timeline, that they're doing something else.
Okay.
Basically, here's my deal. I have a line in the sand. You kill Emma Swan, I'm gone. You find some other way to fuck up Captain Swan's happy ending, I am gone.
Yes, me too.
I think they know that, and I can't imagine ABC buying this show again where they're like, yeah, we're going to kill our main character that we just had for 6 years. It shows that they are so desperate to hold on that it's just weird. Why would you do that? How are you going to get your old viewers to come back when you just literally fucked over your main character? You're just going to fuck over everybody else's character. It shows you have no sympathy for any characters.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't trust the writers and I don't trust ABC.
Well, I know I don't trust them. I don't trust them to an extent, but it's just weird that they would buy a show where they have promoted this character, promoted everything, and then they're like, forget about it.
No, Fox bought a show where they literally killed.
This is a Disney show. It's a family TV show.
No, that hasn't stopped them from killing thousands of people.
Girls.
Then they're gonna have to kill fucking the Charmings and Jared and Emily. Do you get what I'm saying? They dropped all these people. Why would they just say, "Oh, kill Emma," and nobody else? Because you're focusing back on Emma again. If you kill Emma,
because Emma's all I care about.
I know, but they don't seem to want to care about Emma anymore. They want to move on to different characters. So if you kill Emma, that means it's focused right back on Emma again.
Please help me.
I'm just telling you and explaining why it doesn't make any sense to kill her. Because I got a lot of stupid anonymous people that are like, "Oh, they're gonna kill Emma." I'm like, why would they fucking kill Emma?
Because
Jennifer says she's very satisfied with the ending. Why would she sign up on one episode?
No. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that they're going to kill Emma in the finale. I'm saying they're going to kill Emma in the finale. Premiere.
Why would she want to come back so they could kill Emma in the premiere?
I don't know. Weirder shit has happened. She says she's contractually obligated to come back in that one episode. She has no control over what they do in that one episode. She just has
control about coming back.
No, she doesn't.
Yes, she does.
If they kill her, there's no reason for her to come back.
Jen ended her contract. Why she would just say, "I'm not coming back at all"?
No. She said she's contractually obligated for one more episode, and that episode will be the season premiere. That's what she said. Beyond that,
why is she contractually obligated for one?
I don't know. That's what
she signed on for one episode.
No, she says she signed on for one more episode, and it will probably be the season premiere. Beyond that, she can't promise anything. But what I'm saying is they haven't written that first episode yet. She has no control over what happens in that first episode. They
But
can
they
do
have to
whatever the
picture
fuck
the
they
idea.
want.
But do you understand that? Why would she sign an episode?
She doesn't know what they're gonna do.
Well, they have to pitch to her
No,
the
they
idea. Do you get what I'm
Lady.
saying? You
Oh,
guys,
dear.
she's gonna walk in there blind.
We're salty, we're angsty, and this is fucking stupid.
I just
Why
think
would-
she is a
No.
smart enough person not to sign a contract
Okay.
and be like,
No,
"You're coming back to die."
Shannon!
Chill.
No, you're not listening to me. Sean has said many times since he's left the show that Adam and Eddie rule the roost. What Adam and Eddie say goes. They just are supposed to say the lines they're given. They don't really get any like creative control other than what Adam and Eddie deign for them to have.
But I'm just.
He has no
Oh my
control.
God!
over
Will you
whether or not
listen
they
to me
kill
though?
her
But
character.
Sean was under a contract. Jen is starting a fucking new one. Why
No,
would you
she's-
sign a contract that says your character dies in the
It
very
won't say
beginning
that
of
in the
career?
contract.
But she has to have a fucking idea. Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
Michelle,
what?
do you really think that they would kill her off?
And deep down, come on.
They're not going to kill her off. Her character is too integral to this show. Just like they would not kill off Snow and Charming. Just because the actors are not going to be there does not mean that they don't have the opportunity to recur.
Flashbacks, people.
The article that I read when they were talking about Zelina and Belle, they've been bumped down to recurring, which means they will not be on the show in a permanent way, but they can come back as a guest appearance if necessary. Jen already said she has signed on to do the first episode of season 7. She's not going into it blind. Okay, she might not know what they're writing up, but I'm fairly certain.
But she would because she saw the finale.
Here we go.
Remember, the finale is supposed to set up what's going to happen.
I
so
know that.
she kind of does know what's going to happen.
Jen!
I'm just telling you.
Look, all of the press people that have screened this, and everybody that was on set that saw it, from the actors to the crew to the fans, already said that the happy endings were tied up with a nice little bow. Emma drove off into the sunset with her true love. She's happy, and done deal. Goodbye. So whatever happens at the beginning of season 1, like Michelle and I were talking about before this started, you can go in and say, I don't want to be in this whole season, but I will be in for 1 episode or 2 episodes. I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, look at what Nina Dobrev did. She signed up. She agreed to do 1 episode of season 8 and 1 episode only, and it was the last. Oh, at the time when she signed up, what it was going to be? No, she didn't.
No.
She didn't know if they were going to kill her off. She had no fucking clue. But she agreed to do that last episode because it was the series finale, and she wanted to be there. Does Jen know what it's going to wind up being? No. But she agreed to 1. She also said in the interview, depending on what jobs she has in the future, she is always open to coming back to doing it, but she wanted to do it on her own terms. She wants them to be able to on her to drive.
You're breaking up,
They-
Lisa.
She said that she's been doing television 12 years. She went from House to How I Met Your Mother
Dawson Creek.
once. Yeah, I mean, the point is, she's had to move heaven and earth and moderate her life to fit somebody else's schedule, whether it be Adam and Eddie's or, she's had to always fit somebody else's schedule. She has no problem coming back to do an episode here and there, but she wants them to fit around her time frame now, because she's got other things that she wants to do. She's got this play, and she wants to direct and do other things. So I have no doubt that she is too close to this show. She is too close to Adam and Eddie, and Emma is her baby. I mean, literally, Emma is her baby. I have no doubt that if they said, look, can you come back to do maybe one or two more, she would do it. They would, of course, have to schedule it around her, but she'd do it because this is her baby. She's not going to let them fuck it up. And I highly doubt that Adam and Eddie, and I know they troll, but they love this show. They created this show from nothing. This is their like love child. I don't think that they're going to do anything that would seriously harm Emma Swan, because the whole 6 seasons of this show, the whole fucking point was for her to.
Actually, okay. Just in regards to Jen, unlike some people that I've seen, and I was really sad to see it, I'm not going to act like some entitled fan like the actor owes me, because we owe Jen Morrison more than we can ever repay. She's given 6 years to this character, and she has given it her all. I'm fine with her taking a break.
And
she's earned it.
It's not just what she's brought to this show for playing Emma. It's everything that she's had to put up with. All of the crap that she's had to deal with and done with such grace and such dignity and such respect. I mean, there's a reason why she has such a massive and dedicated base of fans, because it's the person she is.
This woman is a credit to her profession. Even when she's not filming once, she is busy all the time. If it's directing or doing a play or just doing something small like what she did with Karen Gillan. You know, I mean,
she's a workaholic.
This woman is amazing.
Okay, here's my problem. I have no doubt that if asked and it could fit in her schedule, Jen would come back. However, how many times over the course of these last 6 years have Adam and Eddie said, "Oh, we'll see so and so again," blah blah blah.
But those are characters that are guest star characters.
Yeah.
Emma Swan is officially a guest star character.
But she was a main character.
So what? So was Bagel.
Nah. Really? He was an original character. He wasn't there from day one.
Hook was not an original character either.
They brought fucking Sean back. Remember?
That's what I'm saying, though.
Yeah.
Well, then why wouldn't they bring Emma back?
Because they structured that storyline specifically to bring Sean back for multiple episodes.
So they always we
always say that they bite off more than they can chew, and that they wind up. I mean, Lily was supposed to come back. Mulan was supposed to come back. All these characters were supposed to come back, and they never managed to fit it in because they get so wrapped up in the story they're telling. All I'm saying is that this reset, wherever the fuck it is, it's entirely possible that they fall down that rabbit hole and can't get back out to find room to bring us
fine. But the issue was not about that. It was more about, are they killing Emma Swan? And I can't. That was the main issue I thought we were fighting about.
but that's what I'm saying. If they kill her, they don't have to worry about any of that.
If they kill her, it goes back on the focus as Emma. Why would they want to do that?
Because she'll be dead. People die on the show, and then we never hear about them again.
So there's going to be no funeral, and nobody's going to be there. The Charmies don't go to their own daughter's funeral. Everybody's gone.
Clearly, you did not watch Nashville, because Nashville killed off their main actress.
Clearly, Michelle likes to be depressed.
Oh dear.
All I'm saying is that at this point, given the fact that ABC was greedy as fuck and didn't just let the show die a natural death when it's clearly come to a narrative conclusion, and they're fooling around with this reset fuckery, I'm just saying I don't trust Adam and Eddie. I haven't trusted Adam and Eddie for 2 years. Like, they say shit and it never turns out the way they say that it's going to turn out. It's always some clusterfuck. So all I'm saying is that I don't trust them. And that this is my line in the sand. As long as you don't cross my line in the sand, I will give your reboot or reset or whatever the fuck it is a chance. But if you cross that line in the sand, fuck you and fuck your show. That's all I'm saying.
Exactly.
Well, we're going to probably get our answer this coming week, because I know they interviewed them. Matt interviewed them and asked the exact same question we're asking. What did happen and what happened to Captain Swan?
I mean, I get that they've left a lot.
I agree with Lisa what she said about the whole Jen thing.
Lisa's breaking up.
Oh.
She's probably in the mountains somewhere.
Okay. Call me a hopeless romantic or just an optimist.
It's okay.
But
I'm that too.
I get that they left those storylines hanging, but those were side characters who were never main characters to begin with. Emma is a main character. The fucking show is built around her. So if they say we're going to see her again at some point, I'm pretty sure it's a fair bet you'll see her again.
They said that about Stoa Charming too. They said that about everybody who's leaving, and I don't believe it for anybody. I don't believe it for any of them. I won't believe it until I see it on my screen.
Michelle. Okay.
Okay, look, whatever happens with season 7, I don't want to give up on Captain Swan, Emma, or Killian, because they would never give up on each other. And I know that sounds silly because they're fictional characters, but that's what this couple has done to me. It's given me hope, and I don't want to lose that.
Okay, so here's a question. If they leave the current storyline alone and it's some reset, reboot in another world or whatever, how would you feel about them possibly pairing Hook with someone else?
No.
They're not going to
Backstabbed.
I'm just
horrified.
Why would you want to do that?
Because have you seen Colin O'Donoghue? Hello. He screams romantic lead at literally every single person.
No one's gonna want to watch that because
that's what I'm saying.
That's killing Captain Swan.
So you think they pitched that this is going to be a good idea? Let's pair Colin and make the fans even angrier. Let's see how angry they can get.
Dude, they clearly don't give a fuck about pissing the fans off because no, they don't give a fuck about pissing the fans off because if they did, after the holy stink that people raised this week about Jen leaving,
I don't think they could have done anything with that. I really don't think ABC had any choice. I really think
they're the network who owns the show.
They had to fill the slot.
No, they
yeah, they did.
They just picked up 4 shows. They just picked up 4 brand new shows. You tell me
they canceled other ones too. They canceled other ones too.
So I guess this means we can officially rule out a Sheriff Jones podcast in the future?
Yes. Hope so.
Sorry.
Got it. Oh, okay, sorry. Shut up.
I said rule out, which means it's not going to happen.
Yeah,
I think the thing that would excite Colin the most and intrigue him the most to bring him back to season 7 if he had no romantic relationships at all, because that is what he's been associated with for the last 5 years. He's been a romantic lead for 5 years, and sometimes that does get a little stale in your mouth because it's sort of like I have no individualism at all. I have to be associated with my other half. But I'm just telling you that he in season 2 he liked being old, dark pirate and whatever like that because he was an individual that he didn't have to, he liked playing that side of himself. That's what he missed.
I get that. But I'm just saying that if they were stupid enough to pair him with somebody else, that would be essentially torpedoing his relationship with the fans because everybody's so invested in Captain Swan, and it could cause them to turn on him as a person, and that would be bad.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, they want to I don't know. I think you're just going down the dark path, Michelle, here, and you're just thinking of bad scenarios here.
I can't not. I mean,
well, let's just not even think about that. Let's not even bring that up because it just makes us angrier. Because
I can't help it. It's the way my mind I jump to worst case scenario because I need to brace myself for the fall. It's how I roll.
Okay.
Yes.
So
I mean, I want to be wrong. Believe me, I really, 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 really want to be wrong.
We want you to be wrong, really wrong.
But my thing is, every single time I've had this really bad feeling about something this year with this show, that everybody's like, wait till you see it in context, it'll be better. And then I see it in context and it's worse. That's where I'm coming from with this. That every time people are like, oh, have faith, I'm just like, I've tried to have faith all year, and I've been consistently proved that my faith is worth jack squat.
It's like,
I just can't imagine.
You don't have faith after they killed Killian Jones 3 times and brought him back from the dead. Come on.
Good point.
I mean,
no, because then they didn't do anything with him after that.
but they still kept him alive. So I think they're going to give the same fact to Emma Swan because it doesn't make any sense for her to die after she was supposed to die almost tomorrow's episode. She's supposed to die. So she's going to almost die in tomorrow's episode.
Yeah.
Then she gets saved, and then in the premiere she dies again.
But
That's
no,
the stupidest plot I ever saw. I know the season 7's stupid, but like
no. But
it doesn't still make any sense.
No, you're not listening to me. There is a time. There's everything I've heard indicates that there's a time jump between season 6 and season 7. If it's like multiple years, if it's like say 15 years or something, she will have lived 15 happy years with Hook. As far as they're concerned, that's perfectly fine to kill her 15 years later.
How do we
That's
not?
sadistic.
That's what I'm saying. This show is not about.
And where
hope.
the fuck is Charming and Snow?
It
Where's
hasn't
Charming and
been
Snow?
about hope
Okay,
for like
guys.
3 years because they never let us see the good times. They always just seem to revel in the bad times because they think that's the only thing that's fucking dramatic. It's not about hope if we never get to see the good times. That's all I'm saying. It's
Guys.
depressing and nihilistic.
So if
you
there
think
is a-
season 7 is supposed to focus on the death of Emma Swan the entire season, and the people who are going to save her are going to be Rumple and Regina and Hook. That's it. That's it. So her parents and her son don't. Nobody
Where's Sophie
does.
now?
Where's her parents and her son? I mean, like, where is baby Neil? Where the fuck is all these, like, they're just gone. Apparently they disappear and they're like, fuck, we do not care about Emma Swan.
Oh dear, we're all sulky,
Okay.
we're all angsty. This is fucking nuts.
Okay, but like something I want to bring up. So, in regards to the
Can y'all hear me? 'Cause I've been trying to
No, we
get
can't. You sound like you're outer space. You're
Are you outside?
in regards to the overall arc this season, so we had Emma in fear of losing her happy ending because of these visions in the first in the first arc, like 6A,
first episode.
and yeah, and then we have like Killian during 6B doing his best to give Emma that happy ending, and on the big day, they both decide that what they don't have is a happy ending. It's a happy beginning. And I can't help but feel satisfied with that, despite how angsty this season has been and how up and down it has been. Captain Swan have had a good arc, I feel, this season.
Mhm.
I just can't imagine. I mean, after everything that they've been through, all the walls that they had to tear down to get to this point in their lives, all the press people from Midovich to all of them that have seen the finale have said the same thing, that it's beautiful, that it ends wonderfully, and that all the happy endings are tied up with a nice little bow, which from every indication we know to be true. So, I mean, I get that Adam and Eddie have pulled the rug from under us a couple times, but I sincerely do not believe that they would ruin the happy endings of these characters that they have cultivated for so long, only to come back in season 7 and go, psych, fooled you, they're all fucked up. I mean, okay, if there is a time jump, hold on. If there isn't, because I've been trying to talk for the last 20 minutes, and guys keep going over me. If there is a time jump into the future and we get future Henry with Hook and Lana and with Hook and Regina and Rumpel still there has to be an explanation. There has to be an explanation if the three characters are still there and the guy that this actor is supposedly playing grown up. Must be an explanation as to why Snow and Charming and Emma are not there. They cannot get away with that. They have to explain it. Now, my feeling, considering that she said that she's only signing for right now for one episode, I feel like she's going to do what Nina Dobrev did at the end of season 6 on her show. She wanted out, but she was open to coming back later on if it fitted with her time frame. So she did the last episode of season 6, and that was it. And then she didn't come back until the very last episode of season 8. So if something, I have a feeling something is going to happen. I don't think it's going to be bad. Do I think she's going to be killed off? Hell no. Do I think the Charmings are going to be killed off? No. Because, I mean, they have been asked this question 5,000 times during every con that they've ever done. And they've always said that they would never do that because despite what you guys might think, there is a level of hope to this show. And for them to kill off the bastion of hope, which is the Charmings and Emma, it would destroy everything. I mean, if they sincerely want this show to keep going on for however long it goes, killing off those three, even if they're not actively on the show, is suicide. I mean, the whole fucking show is built around mostly them. To kill them off is ridiculous. They're not that stupid. I know they've trolled some stupid shit before, but they're not that fucking dumb. They would not go that far. Now, if the first episode starts off and some big baddie comes that Henry has to fight and it goes pear-shaped and she winds up in a sleeping curse for the whole 22 episodes and that's the whole point with them trying to find some way to save her, I could buy that. Because she only has to be in it for the one and then come back at the very end. It makes sense.
For all we know.
I agree with Lisa. She says...
Let Lisa finish.
I thought she was.
But I mean, anything... For anybody to think, oh my God, she's gonna die, blah 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 blah. No, they have worked too hard. Not just Killian and Emma, but Adam and Eddie have worked too hard building up these two characters to just shit the bed as soon as season 7 starts by saying, "Oh, sorry, she's dead," or they divorced, and especially to hook him up with somebody else. Oh fuck no. Fuck no. Okay, I know that there are some characters that have moved on to other people, but Killian Jones is not one of those people. We've already established this. If she dies, that's it. That's it.
For all we
moving on to nobody else.
I agree with
for
Lisa.
all we know, for all we know, the thing that if that was adult Henry and they're in the future, blah blah blah, and the reason he lost hope, why does it always go back to? Why does it have to be Emma that is the one that dies? What if it is Regina in the future dies? Or what if it's Violet, his wife, dies?
Yeah, there's other things.
There's a million different reasons why, and it would make more sense if it would be somebody who's actually in the actual cast, opposed to the one person who comes for one episode. It just makes more sense.
No, but the problem
it makes more effect if will you let me finish? I let you finish. If Regina dies and Regina's informed that she dies, she's gonna want to stop herself from dying. So it makes more sense why Lana would be there if the reason why Henry lost hope is because Regina dies.
No, but the problem with that story is if Henry is upset and has lost hope because one of his mothers has died, where the fuck is the other one?
She's
You
still in Storybrooke.
You can't tell that kind of story without Emma. You just can't.
Exactly.
Emma's pregnant and she can't time travel. Ta-da. There's your story why she's not there.
I mean, for all we know, the little 10-year-old girl, for all we know, I mean, they're saying that in the description for this guy, he's supposed to be roughly around the same age that Emma is. When the Emma was when the show started. For all we know, this little girl could be his child. Maybe he found true love, and then somewhere along the way, the girlfriend or the wife dies, and he's lost hope because he lost someone that he loved. It's entirely plausible. We don't know. And don't give me such about, well, she's Hispanic and Henry's not. Because the wife could have been. So just chill. All right?
Yeah.
Chill with that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if one pulls an Elena Gilbert in season 7 with Emma thing.
Okay. Okay. Rams is here.
Hi, Rams.
Hi, Rams.
Hi, guys. I'm sorry I'm late.
It's okay. Let's get your thoughts on some stuff. What did you think of the wedding?
Well, I thought the wedding itself was very sweet, but I don't know. I was overall disappointed that there wasn't any focus on the wedding throughout the episode. I mean, individually, I loved most of the songs. They were so great. I was grinning through a lot of the episode. And I was smiling throughout the wedding and the vows and everything, but I just felt like they didn't really fit together very well, you know. So while I'm happy that Hook and Emma got married, I just feel like it could have been so much better done. Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I felt.
Okay, so now do you have any thoughts on the renewal / reset situation?
I am completely pissed off. Yeah, I'm actually pissed off that ABC renewed the show, basically. And I know that this means a lot of people get to keep their jobs, and I'm happy for them, but I cannot believe it's like an insult. For me, it feels like an insult that with half the cast gone, Adam and Eddie are just being rewarded for their shitty writing and their shitty decisions and being in getting this show renewed. I just can't believe it. But I guess ABC is desperate too. And I just cannot conceive of any show that could be good with Regina and Rumpel and Hook and some new characters. I just can't imagine how it's going to be good at all. Right now, it just seems bizarre, a bizarre choice
Mm-hmm.
to let just three people. Like, I hate Rumpel and I don't like Regina, but come on, even them separating them from people they love and ruining their happy endings, and nobody's going to be happy. Nobody was happy anyway this season, and so carrying it on to season 7, no snowing, no Captain Swan, and Zelina will be gone, and whatever abusive shit was going on between Rumpel and Belle was gone too. I just don't know what they're thinking. It's just weird.
The thing
Yeah.
that pissed me off the most is when Adam tweeted, he was like, "Thanks, fans," and we're all like, "We didn't want this." Just pretty much like,
Yeah.
what fans want this? Pretty
I'm
much.
like, are you that out of touch with reality?
And like the
There,
reason
bro?
why in the article, the main article that says why they were renewed is like they did so well on social media, and I'm like, are you looking at social media now?
If
Is
you
it-
actually looked at how social media reacts,
I've seen. I scrolled Adam's that thing after like his thing. I don't see one positive comment on this season at all.
Mm-mm.
Well, no, and I think that's going to be reflected in next season's ratings.
If they
If I
had
was Adam,
I
I'd
think
run and stare.
they are grossly underestimating how much Emma and the Charmings mean to this show,
Oh yeah.
and
definitely.
that when the show comes back, the ratings are going to be in the tank, and they're not going to get better, and they're going to be like, "Oh shit, we wasted all this money."
Well,
Yes.
good.
like-
I'm glad that I'm glad that Colin just pretty much stole money from ABC.
This
like-
how I
mean,
see
I
it.
love Colin. I love Colin and I love Hook, but without Emma, he's going to be angsty again, and I can't stand it. I really cannot.
But pairing him, if he's paired with any of the like Rumpel and Regina, the people that pretty much tear him apart all the time,
I
is not fun to
know.
watch.
No,
It's like he doesn't even have anyone good on this team.
He
of,
doesn't
like,
have magic.
He has nothing. He's pretty much like it's like of all
Well-
the people that you chose and you fired all of them, and you were left with these 3 people. Is the
Well,
most
if that-
unappealing show I've ever seen.
If that actor is
And
supposed
even
to be
behind the scenes, Colin's friends will be gone. I mean, I
Mhm.
don't really think he's friends with Lana.
no.
Maybe with Bobby.
Yeah, but I think for Colin, I really do think it's just a job. It's not
Yeah.
the way. I mean, like he has a family, and that's what he does. He goes to work, and then he goes home to his family. That's the way he's
Yeah,
always
I mean,
kind of
I-
commented on
I
it. I
agree
get that he
there.
has friends, but like he does have people in Vancouver. I think he probably has side friends that we don't know about, probably. But
Sean,
He's
Josh,
hang out with the CW superhero crew.
or the iZombie crew.
mhm.
I mean,
Just,
I mean,
God,
yeah, I don't like the idea of Killian being stuck, having to be, shot down by Rumpel and Regina constantly. But he does. If what we think is going to happen actually happens, and this other actor is playing a grown-up Henry, he'll at least have that. At least have that much. But
Or
yeah, I could not stomach having to sit there and watch him week after week get shit on by Rumple and insulted by Queen consistently, because that's all that they ever do to him.
God.
And it's not cute. Like, it's really not cute.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. That I don't see how you get an entertaining show out of the pieces that we currently know exist.
Mm-hmm.
I just hope they separate them and they don't really have a lot of interaction.
Yeah.
I hope they have more interaction with the newbies, and they sort of kind of don't make it like this is the Three Musketeers of like the witch, like the Dark One, the Pirate, and the Queen. I'm like, no, we don't need that. So we don't need them going to do anything.
I mean, they say that they're renewing it based on social media presence. So I'm like, are you really sure you've been reading the right social media? Because I am fairly certain this is the first time in history where, like, fans were actually begging the network to cancel a show rather than renew it. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Like, literally, the whole fandom's like, please, just cancel this. Well, except maybe for the
Put us out of a misery.
Queen people, but, like, the rest of us are like, please, just let it go.
Let it go. Let it go.
Let it go.
Because pretty much you pretty much lost the whole entire, like, and someone pointed it out, they lost all the big ships. So you don't have Rumbell because there's no Bell.
Like
you lost even the Swan Queeners don't have anything.
Yep.
You don't have Captain Swan. You don't have anything. So all you're left is with, Hooker Queen and the ship is called
Golden Queen.
Yeah, that shit. Like then no one cares.
No.
All right, stop screaming.
So just vomit in your mouth right there. So yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
But potentially, if this guy is an older Henry, is it possible that in that time CS might have had kids of their own?
Maybe.
Possible.
Maybe.
Again, we're talking like this is going to take place in the current timeline of the show.
Yeah.
And
No, it would take place in the future.
No, there's a time jump.
A time jump.
There's a time jump.
Which means the current timeline.
Yeah.
No, what I mean when I think time jump, I think that these three people who are in present day would go to the future.
No,
that's not my mind.
No, that's not what it is. The time jump
they
is
like
everybody.
they like Back to the Future.
No, it was a very special spell they did once. Everybody 15 years older than they are right now.
Yeah, maybe. Yep.
Which for Bobby,
if everyone's 15 years older, there's no other cast members. Why are they all gone?
That's what I'm saying.
But I'm just telling you how they would fix that.
That's what I'm saying. That it's
called the future realm.
No,
they go to the future realm.
No, I'm saying that if there is a time jump and they literally jump 15 years in the future of where all the characters are right now, you have to explain why Emma's not there, why Snowing's not there,
Belle,
why Belle and Selena aren't there. If the story takes place in Storybook, if the story takes place in a whole other realm where there's a whole other history, it don't matter. Then they could be dead in that realm, or just be missing, or no one even thinks to think of them in that realm. But if it takes place in this realm, in a Storybook place where Henry is 15 years older from where he is now, and everybody else is 15 years older from where they are now, you have to explain why these people are not here. And the only thing I can think of that would make Henry angsty 15 years in the future, that would make him that hopeless that he's like fucked up, is not good shit for my favorite character and my favorite OTP. That's all I'm saying.
You know what? Henry wouldn't shed a tear. He'll probably think, "Oh, she fulfilled her savior duties." Blah blah. Blah.
It's his mother. Why would he not shed a tear?
Why would? What if he lost? What if he freaking? He has his own true love, and there's something going wrong here.
Wow, did my plausible theory just kind of like, did you just not listen to what I had said? Because I said the exact same fucking thing.
Yeah, you said it twice. But I'm just saying.
Wow, it's like you
I
guys
just-
didn't even listen to me.
So
I hope
Does-
I hope
But we
this
keep
theory
rehashing the
comes
same
true.
thing over and over again.
Listen to me, his mother, his mother does not have to die for him to lose hope. Like you're just about to say, what I said 3,000 times, he could have a true love of his own, or just someone that he loves very much. Maybe the girl is his child, and the woman that he loves dies. Would that not be enough to make him lose hope? If
No.
someone that you conceive to be your true love dies, is
No,
that
but
enough
that's
for you
not-
to lose hope?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you have to explain why these people are not here.
And
Like, why is Emma not there? No, you're not listening to me. Why is Emma not here to support her son if his true love or wife or girlfriend or mother of his child, wherever the fuck, dies?
She's on
Why
a
isn't
canoeing
she
trip. She's on a canoeing.
Why isn't she there? You have to give me a good reason why she is not there for multiple fucking episodes.
She's
The only-
pregnant.
Hey guys, it's 2 a.m. here and I'm falling asleep, so I just want to
Alright.
say good night.
Bye, Serena.
Bye, Serena.
Bye.
See you in the next
Bye.
podcast.
I just find
the
this
only,
so amusing.
The only
We-
plausible
Yeah, me
theory,
too.
the only plausible
Okay,
thing that
I
can
have a
think
couple of theories. Who's going next?
Me.
Okay.
We went from talking about a wedding, and now we're talking about a funeral.
4 weddings and a funeral or something. I don't know.
That's my favorite movie. Okay, glory.
Okay, well, I
Hugh
can
Grant.
only think of one thing. Like, I don't know, maybe there's a new savior, and they meet Emma on a mountaintop, and she turns, removes her hood, and looks at them.
It's not Star Wars, bro.
Okay,
Skywalker.
Is this Darth
I-
Vader or something?
I had to crack a joke. I'm sorry. It's just,
I know.
But the only plausible theory that I can think of that makes any sort of sense, other than if she does a Nina thing, if she doesn't do that,
Please do the Nina thing.
if someone that Henry loves dies, like his girlfriend or wife or whatever, then I can't conceive that she wouldn't be there. Maybe she does come to help him, but then they realize this isn't something that she can stay there permanently for because she can't leave the town unprotected. Maybe she's pregnant and she can't be away from town too much. So he says, Hook's gonna stay. He is gonna help me out. You need to go home. It's not her abandoning him. It's him saying it's okay. Go home.
If you
The
seriously
deal
think
here-
Emma Swan would do that, then you don't know Emma Swan very well.
we
Well,
will
Emma
know
Swan has, like,
tomorrow.
It's the only plausible thing that I can think of that makes any sense, unless she does a Dobrev and she gets put into a sleeping curse or some shit that counts her out for the whole entire year.
Oh, wait a minute.
I don't
Maybe
know.
Rothbart turns her into a swan.
Seriously?
That was a Swan Princess reference.
Then
I
she'll
know.
have to come back in another episode, and Jamo's not coming back.
You don't really think that, do you?
See, all these scenarios
Oh,
involve a second appearance.
She never said that she wouldn't. She said if it could fit around her schedule. She couldn't promise anything right now, but she said if the time came and they asked that she would consider it.
Yes, she
Yeah,
would
but there's
consider
no
it, which means she doesn't have
guarantee.
to.
I
Sorry,
know,
bro.
but I doubt that she would say no. I'm certain that if they asked and it fit.
Oh!
What?
I found the tweet from Catman. This seems like it's true. OUAT won't be using Stevenson for season 7. That story they used as the holding area is now for lease.
That's what I said. That's
I
what I
know.
said.
But now I just found the official,
The revolving door store, the one that they use for the day spa and any given Sunday, that's where they keep all their excess props and where the actors go to chill out between takes. Now it's emptied out. And it's
Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything either because they have the Gold Shop is filming Stevenson and they don't even use Gold Shop. They just use a prop
all
shop.
the signage is gone.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't. They don't
Yes, it
own that. They
does.
don't. Yes, do they own the Captain Swan house really in real life?
No, but what we're saying is if all that signage is down, I mean, some of that signage stays up year round.
Granny,
If
the
it's-
original
if it's-
Granny's was for sale, and everything.
dude, if they didn't need Steveston, I mean, they always use Steveston. They film
I know they do.
outside. So if all the signage is down, even the signage that stays up permanently, and they're leasing the place that the cast uses to hang out and shit, then they're clearly not using Stevenson. And if they're not using Stevenson, then it's safe to assume there's no Storybrooke.
Fine, there's no Storybrooke. But I'm just telling you
So-
alternate thoughts.
Okay. I know how you guys feel about the Black Fairy and how she came in a little late, but honestly, Lisa, there's background noise.
Not me.
Dogs and birds.
Not me.
I don't have pets.
Me neither.
Okay, so there's
A dog.
no. I'm not talking about that. So okay, the way that she's been written, she's been tearing down and breaking down orphans like for centuries, and I think that would have been actually a good foil for Emma if she'd have been around a little longer during this arc, but she came in too late, and well, I'm just gonna be happy when she's dead because she is a bitch. I hate her.
Well, I think she's the one that dies in tomorrow's episode.
Yeah.
Oh, if only.
I was hoping
Okay.
that Rumple died too, but
Okay.
Me too.
No, hold on, guys. Rams, you had theories.
Yes, thank you. So one of my theories was the reboot would be set in the Wish world
Mm-hmm.
because it just seems logical. All the players who are leaving are already gone. They're dead or not there in the Wish world. You know. And
Yeah.
so you have Evil Queen, Rumple, Wish Rumple, and then there's Old Hook. And they could easily, de-age Old Hook back into young Hook. Evil Queen could do that. And Henry there is hopeless. He is obviously going to grow up into a hopeless person.
Mm-hmm.
And the baby could be Wish Robin and Evil Queen's daughter. And then
Yep.
conveniently say that Robin is dead or he's deadbeat dad or something.
Oh.
Actually, so this curse that is apparently supposed to destroy all the realms, according to the promo, would that include the Wish realm?
probably because I thought they also had in this. I think Kat mentioned that there's going to be like an Outlaw Queen moment, and I think they're in the room where that Mad Hatter goes and sees all the realms, and you can see all the doors. And I'm going to suspect that they open one of the doors, and Regina's probably going to look in and see, Evil Queen and Robin Hood, like,
making
being lovey-dovey, and she's like, well, at least they got their happy ending, and closes the door or something like that. That's probably what's going to happen.
Oh
That's
my
the only
God,
situation that I
Oh,
see, because he's not
God.
really, because I don't think Sean's in the episode, but they could probably, put a stand-in person that looks like, Robin Hood, and they're just, there.
Well, theory.
Well, there you go. That explains the baby,
Maybe.
Well,
the little girl.
But I'm just
Series.
wondering who the hell's going to watch this show, because it's just really,
Nobody.
it sounds like
Honestly, nobody.
it sounds like Once Upon a Crack now. It's like really that's what it is now.
Well,
Because
Well-
it's weird because you have like old fat Hook, and it's just ironic. And well, maybe it's not ironic anymore, because remember when Colin and Jen were in Atlanta and they were like talking about this episode? He's like, I wish there was a series just on this guy, and I'm like, oh god,
I know.
maybe there is now.
Really?
Yeah, he said that in his
See,
interview. He's
the
like, I just
minute-
love that guy. It's
The
like,
minute
okay.
the Evil Queen sees Old Hook, she's going to say, I don't like to see you like this, and she's just going to de-age him and magic him
No,
or whatever.
don't do that, because Colin likes him like that. He likes that he's
Colin
fat.
may like him, but the network will know that.
No, the
it's
network
not
will
gonna
not go
work.
for that.
No. Mm-mm.
He needs to be
God,
young
we
and
have
hot.
to be thankful that Hook's not gonna
He
be
starts
paired in
working
season
out.
7. Season 7 with Lily or with Regina.
No, Lily.
Oh.
Lily sucks.
Want to vomit.
No, he starts working out and stuff like
Okay.
that. And he's old.
Okay.
Okay, but theories aside, I would actually be happy if the Wish realm was destroyed.
Why?
It was
Well,
terrible.
because that's what
This was
this
a bad
curse is
world.
gonna do.
It really was a bad world.
Well,
that's actually diabolical. Let's try the
It was only bad because they glorified bagel there because Michelle didn't like
Yes, a number of reasons why Emma was just not Emma and nothing.
Like all we know for certain from the write-up reps for this episode 21, all we know for certain is that whatever curse that the Black Queen or the Black Fairy cast, it wasn't just about separating Emma from her family. It was more than that. Whatever she's done, she's attempting to destroy all the realms, because she was saying that when Snow and Charming and them get back to the Enchanted Forest, they're faced with a crumbling realm. Like their entire kingdom is crumbling, and then I'm assuming they're going to find out that all of the other realms are crumbling too. So and that alone I don't get, because I'm like, obviously she wants power, and that's why she's done this curse. But what are you going to have to lord over if everybody's dead? And
Storybook.
And all the realms are crumbled and disappeared. Yeah, Storybook.
Apparently, Storybook is what all the villains want.
Storybook where you can't ever leave because
I know.
Yeah, Storybook where you're confined to that one space and you can't ever leave, because if you do, then you won't have any more magic. That's not good enough for her.
Well, to be fair, that's what she always wanted, to be with her son, and that's why she created the curse in the first place, to banish everybody.
Hey.
So what? She takes Regina. I mean, according to the pictures and the sneak peek, she takes Regina's place as mayor, and all of Emma's family is gone except Henry and Regina's in the cuckoo farm, thinking she. I mean, Emma's in the crazy farm, thinking she's crazy.
Yep.
Exactly.
Well,
That's
she
her.
can't kill
She
her,
even banished
so...
Belle. Belle's missing.
I think Belle in this curse turns back to Lacey, and she's like even worse.
Well, I think she's still in the town because they have she lives in this like house or something. There's some filming spoiler that she lives in the house. Yeah, so she's not dead or anything. Or
She's
can't
Lacey.
imagine.
She's not dead yet.
No, but she's not living a good life probably, because you remember this is her fantasy land, and she wants Gideon and Gold themselves, and that's Gideon's mom is Belle, so she wants to make sure she has a pathetic life.
But that's what I'm saying. That if there's going to be one thing that's going to get Rumple to turn on Mommy Dearest, it's going to be fucking with Belle. Because Rumple don't give a shit about what you do to anybody as long as you don't fuck with Belle. The minute you fuck with Belle, he will fuck you up. This is my whole theory about the finale. That it's not going to be about Emma versus the Black Fairy at all. It was always going to be Rumple versus the Black Fairy, and then it's going to be Emma versus Gideon, because Gideon's going to be pissed that Rumple kills the Black Fairy because the still-skin men are not logical.
Yes.
Yeah, but also
because listen, it's like Henry all over again. Remember at the beginning of season 2, and he was like, "Don't hurt Regina, she's my mom." Well, at the end of the day, the Black Fairy raised Gideon. She's his mom, even though Belle's his mom. Black Fairy's his mother. She's the one who raised him. He's gonna feel a certain loyalty to her. So if she dies, he's gonna fuck shit up.
Yeah.
I'm just so pissed that the final battle is between Emma and some idiot.
Gideon, I know. It's not as epic as it's supposed to be.
No.
It's not even between even Rumple or in Emma or even
Rumple versus Emma would have been the best.
I mean, literally, we just watched this fight in the spring premiere shit, and like, it's like, why are we watching this again? It's like, really? Yeah, this is so great.
We don't know what happened indoors.
I know, but we do know what happened outdoors, and we know she's fighting this guy, which we just saw. That's what I'm pointing out.
I'm just saying.
Maybe unless it's a ruse.
No, I don't think so.
No,
I think that's a lot of time and money to make it a ruse, though.
No, I'm not talking about the filming. Maybe it's a ruse that they think that Gideon and Emma are fighting, but they know that Emma won't die. She'll just not be the saber anymore.
Yes, if there's one thing I want from this whole sword fight with Gideon, is for Emma to lose her powers.
That would probably work. A lot of people are like, no, I don't. Like, why not? She's just fine the way she is. She has She has everything she needs. She doesn't need magic to make herself awesome.
I don't buy that because she is still the product of true love.
Yeah, but
she had her powers in the wish realm, and she was not meant to be the savior in that world.
Yeah, but we don't know. We don't know what makes her the savior, though. We think it's because she's born of true love, but there have been lots of kids born of true love, and they don't have powers.
But it makes also
Emma,
sense.
That's what I'm saying. Let me finish. But that's what I'm saying is that Emma has been burdened with this burden that she does not want since she got to Storybrooke, and she don't want to be the savior. She said it multiple times. She don't want to be the savior. She accepts it because she thinks that's who she's supposed to be. But that's not all that she is. I think she'd be much happier having not being the savior anymore. That she did what she was destined to do. She's not the savior anymore. She can go live her life and be happy.
Exactly. And it doesn't mean she'll lose her magic. She's just losing her savior status. That's all.
Exactly.
And not constantly have people breaking down her fucking doors trying to get her to fix shit.
Yes.
Well, she'll still be the sheriff.
Yeah, but at least these people will learn how to take care of their own business.
Yeah,
Fix their own
Storybrooke
shit.
going to a happier era of peace and happiness.
One can only hope.
Except apparently not.
Exactly, because this is Storybrooke.
Okay, but overall, I love the musical, and the wedding was more than I could have hoped for. It was beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just so relieved now that we can finally say that when Jen says, yes, I call my husband the captain, it's canon.
That's right.
And we don't have to use other outside gifts to do a wedding video. We actually have our own.
Yes.
Finally.
I mean, some of those songs were amazing. Like, obviously, the revenge song is my favorite.
Mine too.
And the snowing song, oh, so adorable. The snowing song was great. And Rebecca Matter has a good voice, and I really like the song. But it didn't really fit her character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I really liked I liked Cook's song because his man is even sexy and devilishly handsome when he's singing.
Yes.
I liked Regina's song, even though I didn't like the booby twerk and Marco's stuff. And I love the wedding. It was fucking awesome. I cried.
Guys, we've been going for like 2 hours.
Really?
We're still recording, yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
So.
2 hours, guys.
Thank you, dear listeners, for staying with us.
Yeah, if anybody makes it to this point, thank you.
Thank you.
So does anybody else have anything to say before we close it out?
We're married!
Well, married, bitches! Captain Swan is married.
I would like to say that I can't wait for the the series finale tomorrow. Because it really is. Come on.
Oh my god! If I wouldn't be surprised if in the mystery room in Captain Swan's house is revealed after the final battle being their bedroom.
Probably. But...
All right. I'm glad Captain Swan is married. I'm not so happy that the show's coming back, but we shall see what happens. I hope I'm wrong.
Me too. And I hope Lisa's right about the whole Once Upon a Time pulling an Elena Gilbert thing in season 7. If it happens, I don't know.
Right.
But I hope so.
All right. Well, we will talk to you all next week when we know finally what's happening.
All right.
To the end
Bye,
of the
guys.
world or time.
Or eternity.
For all eternity.
For all eternity.
Bye.
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 Bye.